Welcome back, Gadgeteers, to yet another video. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be a tech video, so if you're not interested in what's going on with my heart condition, I would move on. I hope to have a tech video out soon. I'm just getting back on my feet again, so I'm going to talk about where I've been because I received several emails from you as well as communications through my Facebook website and my FastGadgets.info website. And I want to thank all of you for sending those messages. It really did help me out a lot during this tough time. I'd like to say that things have gotten better physically, which they have, but things have gotten worse on my personal life, which I'll touch on briefly. I did want to say I am not going to edit this video, so there is going to be pauses, ums and ahs, and all that nasty stuff that some people just can't seem to handle. So if you don't like that, you should also turn off the video. Alright, with all that said, let's get started. So, long story short, if you have not watched my previous videos, I have a condition called dilated cardiomyopathy. The specific version I have is called non-compaction DCM, and what it basically means is the heart walls of my heart, the muscle, did not develop correctly before I was born and shortly after. So I basically have this heart defect that went undiagnosed for quite some time. They've finally figured out what it is and what caused it. What can they do? Not very much. But I am getting treatments. One of the things they did was put an internal cardiac device in my chest here, which paces my heart. And the new one that I have that I just got on March 1st paces my heart 100% of the time, and I feel better than I felt in a couple of years. But there was some growing pains with that, and I'll explain in a moment. What else are we doing? I take, at this point, 20 to 25 pills. I haven't really counted them out, but it's a boatload of pills a day just to keep me alive. So without those, I wouldn't be able to live. I would have died a while back. If things continue to get worse, we're going to do a heart ablation, and, well, I say if, they will get worse, unfortunately. With dilated cardiomyopathy, there is no getting better. You can slow the descent, but that's about it. There are 4 stages to dilated cardiomyopathy. Stage 1 is they've run a echocardiogram, kind of like that Doppler they use to look at babies in the belly. And they notice that your heart's enlarged, but you have no apparent symptoms, to stage 4, also known as end stage. And that basically means, unfortunately, that this is it. It's as good as it's going to get, and it's going to get a lot worse soon and fast. And when it does, the only 2 things that are the final options are a left ventricle assist device, which is an external pump that helps your heart, which is very risky, and the final treatment for me would be a heart transplant. So that's where I'm at. I'm in between ablation and possibly a heart transplant in the future, or the LVAD pump. More than likely the LVAD pump. Unfortunately, it does have complications. It can have major complications. My brother was on it for 6 months. He was 10 years older than me, and he got a brain bleed and died within 2 weeks. Okay, so that's the background story. What's going on now? Well, many of you know I sent a video out that I was in the hospital towards the middle of March, and my main complaint was I was starting to have VTACs, ventricular tachycardia. There's 2 types: sustained, very bad, and non-sustained. That's when the doctors say, well, that's too bad you're having those. We'd rather you didn't, but not going to kill you necessarily. But I can tell you right now, you feel like you're dying. A sustained VTAC episode and a non-sustained VTAC episode does not feel any different. You just feel like you're dying. And it also makes you want to pass out. So I went into the hospital because I had some episodes of that, and they kept me in there for a week. They diuresed my weight down, and for those of you who watched the previous videos, you also know that I'm working on weight loss. So I am currently, and happy to say, I'm down to 262 pounds. I believe the last time I talked to you, I was 275. I must get to 250 or less to be considered a candidate for a heart transplant. So I'm working very hard on that. My starting weight when I started this was 306. I have lost weight before. I got down to 200 pounds, so I know what to do and how to do it. But I have to be very disciplined. The range of fudge factor is now a micro thin tiny slice. If I'm just a little bit dehydrated, I will have VTACs. If I'm overhydrated, I will have difficulty in breathing and probably can't even lay down because it basically fills your lungs with fluid. Medicine, same thing. If I get sick to my stomach and can't take my medicine, I have to go to the hospital right away because within 12 hours I'll start having major complications. So anyway, I went to the hospital for a week, and they went through everything, and they decided to put me on mexilatine, which is the final medication before they say it's time to do ablations. Now, the thing about that is, I don't think they needed to put me on it. There was a setting they turned on my internal cardiac device, my ICD, and that setting, basically what it did was it, and I'm losing my train of thought here, I'm so sorry, I'm on so many drugs now. It basically, what it would do is speed my heart up whenever I got up or began physical activity, and it did that part very well. The side effect that came with it was at first palpitations, and then finally VTAC episodes, and then finally sustained VTAC episodes, the killer, the Widowmaker. The ICD would have shocked me if it was that bad, but it didn't get that bad, thankfully. So they gave me mexilatine, which is an anti-arrhythmic drug, and the purpose of it was, in addition to the amiodarone, those are the two big guns, was to try to control the palpitations and the VTACs. It didn't work. Within a week, less than a week, 4 days, it was a Thursday, it was towards end of March, third week, I had about 100 VTAC episodes in one day. I mean, I knew they were coming because I'd start to pass out. I mean, it's just a terrible feeling, and your heart's flip-flopping in your chest. I don't know how else to describe it. My brother used to say it's flip-flopping like a fish. And that's pretty much what it does. And so, my wife drove me back to the hospital, and I begged them to turn the feature off, and they said, no, that feature can't be causing your problem. We're just going to leave it alone. And I'm like, please turn it off. Let's pretend I know something about my own body and just try it. And so they did turn it off. One second, my cat opened the door. Sorry about that. So they did turn that feature off, and I began to feel better. Unfortunately, I lost the benefit of that feature, so now when I get up or exercise or do anything, I have to start really slow and begin to work my way up, and I am very, very limited, unfortunately, because I can pass out very easily. You know, if I do normal exercise, my heart rate will only get up to like 72, where a normal person would already be at like 130, 140. So basically what happens is the medicine is keeping my heart rate down, and it has other benefits, of course, one of which is reduces the stress on my heart. So I have to do light to moderate exercise. I am going to the gym. I definitely feel better than I have in some time. I have to be careful getting up, and I am still on the mexilatine, but it's very likely in the future they'll take me off because they probably didn't need it in the first place. But it was quite a trip. I thought I was dead. That Thursday, I was sure it was over for me. I had at least 100 VTAC episodes, and I was just sickened by it. The physical illness and terror, I can't even describe it. I mean, the only thing that actually kept me sane was I knew I had the ICD in my chest. Nobody likes to get shocked, but nobody likes to die either. So I was thinking, you know, this is actually a good thing. I have this device in my chest that will first try to pace me out, and if that doesn't work, it is going to shock me, and then I go to the hospital, but I am alive. So I do like it. Now, normally I keep the videos coming, at least something, tech videos, and I have a couple in the hopper. It's just I haven't had the heart to work on it. And here's the bad news, which is personal. So we've went through all the medical stuff. If you don't want to hear personal crap, time to click off. I do not want to become one of those ridiculous drama channels, but I feel like I owe it to you guys. So many people contacted me, God bless you guys, that I felt that I should give an explanation as to why I disappeared for 3 months and whether or not I'm going to be able to be back on a regular basis. On my wife's birthday, she told me that she was going to leave. So we had a long conversation about it, and to say the least, I was completely and unequivocally devastated. We'd been together for 7 years, and I thought it was perfect. It was literally the perfect person for me. And some things happened that she told me about that just broke my heart. And so for the last 3 weeks, I haven't even gotten off my chair. I have an easy chair in my room, and I sit there and watch TV. And this is my first effort to, aside from the working out and taking care of myself physically and eating perfectly, those things I kept up even though I was mega depressed and I just wanted to pretty much die. I just couldn't do videos. I just didn't care about anything. I sat and watched TV, and now I'm feeling a lot better. My middle son, I have 3 boys. My middle son lives with me, and he basically picked up all of the physical assistance I need, and it's quite extensive. Today I went out and picked up the empty garbage cans, the plastic garbage cans with wheels on them, and wheeled them back to the house, and I was out of breath. I'm carrying a little bit of water today, and I had extreme nausea from one of the medicines I'm on. Just for the first 8 or 10 hours today, I just wanted to vomit. I felt terrible, and it slowly improved throughout the day. And now I'm feeling pretty good physically. But so that day in April, on my wife's birthday, she decided to move out. We had a conversation. I thought it was going to be gradual, but she called her sister right then, and that was it. She was out. She packed 10 boxes and left, and we still talk. We still do stuff because we're still in the process of separation. There's a lot of work to be done, and I don't know. I guess it was a huge shock, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with my life, because physically I'm having a lot of problems. One of the problems is my son is going on an extended trip for 2 months to a foreign country, and I'll be alone this summer. My sister will come see me like once a week, but there will be nobody else in the house. And it makes me a little bit nervous because I can't. When I had my really big VTAC episode in January, I couldn't have even found my phone, which was sitting right next to me on the bed, to dial 911. So I'm now wearing this button. It's an emergency button that I will press if something goes wrong. And, you know, they'll come in and break the door down, because they'll probably be locked, and hopefully help me out. But in long and short of it, that's everything. I jokingly said to my wife, you couldn't have waited 2 more years, because I feel better than I have in years. And I felt like this spring and summer was going to be the spring and summer that I was going to do much better. I'm physically active. Every day I go out with a friend, or a friend comes to see me. I go to restaurants. I can walk slowly but ably. I go to the gym with my son. Take my nephew to the gym. I just felt like I could have given her so much more, you know, more that she really deserved, you know. But she was working full-time, 60 hours a week, and then coming home and caring for me as much as she could. And I just think the stress pretty much hit her and killed her. She's younger than me, considerably younger than me, so I, to be honest, can't blame her, and didn't. So somehow I have to find a reason to continue and have a reason to go to the gym every day when my son isn't here. Have a reason to shoot videos and speak with you guys about my plight. Try not to be a drama queen, and get some tech videos done. I just figured out a problem in Fedora, so I thought about doing a brief tech video on that. I still have my video on my ThinkPad P1 like 2/3 of the way done, but I got to shoot some more video footage, and I want to do that. My output might be really slow. I hope you will understand. Today was the first time in probably, I don't know, since March, first or second week of March, March, that I fired up my computer down here, the one that I built. I was so tired today, you know, because of the nausea. I actually have my ThinkPad over there. I was just going to shoot it on my ThinkPad, and I may do some videos like that because I'm just too wore out for whatever reason. But I really appreciate all the comments that you've given me and everything we've talked about. It's really helped me through a lot. And I will try to get some tech videos out. Be patient. If I don't, I will at least give you an update video and let you know what's going on. One of the chores I have to do, as dreadful as it sounds, I need to get a will, a living will, probably a trust set up. I've been told I should get somebody, and probably my oldest, power of attorney and durable power of attorney, which means it's like a medical power of attorney, meaning that that person can make decisions on my behalf if I'm incapacitated. Power of attorney gives somebody the ability to make decisions on my behalf if I'm incapacitated of a financial or just general purpose. Of course, we all know what wills are for. But I've been recommended to do those things, so I got to do those. And am I at the end of life? Well, it's tricky to say, you know how it is with hearts. They're all or nothing, you don't like, I mean, this is a horrible conversation to have, but cancer is insidious and slow and just consumes you, where with your heart, it's for the most part working. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, the pumping ability of my heart continues to decline and make me feel crappy, but there's going to be something that's going to happen, and it'll probably be soon, and I'll be in the hospital again, and ablation may or may not be enough to fix it. And if not, if I live through that event, I'll end up with an LVAD. And that's an open heart, open chest surgery, and it takes 3 to 6 weeks to recover. If I disappear for that long, I'll try to get a message to you. I'll try to give one of my sons access to my channel so they can at least post a message for you. So if I'm in the hospital or whatever, you would know what's going on. Again, thank you so much for the support. I'm really not wanting to make this a drama channel. I apologize, but I feel I owed it to you because so many have asked. Thank you again. I appreciate it. And I'll see you soon on Fast Gadgets. This video was made possible with support from viewers like you. If you find this video useful, consider becoming a patron for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/FastGadgets.